Every touch from a newborn feels fragile, a delicate, accidental curiosity. You sit down after a grueling day of managing the world, finally holding your child in the quiet evening hours, and the trajectory suddenly shifts. A tiny hand reaches upward, locks onto your jawline, and grips your face with a fierce, uncompromising strength. To a mother, it feels like a moment of pure emotional connection, a silent acknowledgement of love. But beneath the surface, a much deeper, more calculated evolutionary program is running. This isn't just an affectionate accident. It is a biological extraction of data. For a creature born entirely defenseless into a volatile, unpredictable world. Grasping your face is the ultimate high-stakes strategy to anchor themselves to their primary survival asset, you. Long before they understand what a mother is, their body understands that your face is the epicenter of their existence. What you are feeling in that quiet room is the palmar grasp reflex, a primitive survival script encoded deep within your child's nervous system long before they ever open their eyes in the womb. If you place a finger in a newborn's palm, their tiny hand will instantly close with a force so sudden and absolute it defies their fragile appearance. Thousands of years ago, this reflex was the literal line between life and death. A primate infant had to automatically cling to its mother's thick fur while she navigated the dangerous forest canopy or fled from predators. The grip had to be strong enough to support their entire body weight, without a single moment of conscious thought. We stripped away our fur over 1 million years of evolution, but the code in the nervous system never deleted itself. The survival script is still active, but when that primitive reflex targets your face, the loop shifts from physical survival to psychological security. By anchoring themselves to your jaw, your cheek, and your skin, an infant is running an immediate diagnostic on their world. They are locking onto the protector. To understand why they choose the face over any other part of your body, we have to look through the eyes of the infant. When a baby is born, their visual cortex is profoundly underdeveloped. The world beyond a few inches is a blurry, chaotic wash of shapes and light. They cannot read your expressions from across the room, and they cannot decode the words you speak. To truly understand who you are, they must map you through texture, temperature, and physical pressure. They must touch the source. As those tiny, plump fingers press into your cheek, their brain is firing millions of neural pathways every second. They are executing a sensory mapping matrix. Through their fingertips, they are charting the exact geometry of your smile, the familiar rise of your cheekbones, and the steady warmth of your skin. They are learning the physical geography of safety. Neurologists have found that a baby's hands have an incredibly high concentration of sensory receptors. When they hold your face, they are drinking in information, memorizing the texture of your maternal identity, and cataloging it deep within their developing brain. This physical lock triggers a secondary, invisible cascade, a deep chemical shift inside both of you. When the skin of a baby's hand makes firm, sustained contact with a mother's face, it triggers an immediate spike in oxytocin, the hormone of bonding, trust, and emotional regulation. For the mother, this chemical release acts as a biological reset button. It actively lowers cortisol levels, softening the hard edge of the day's fatigue and replacing stress with an overwhelming wave of protective love. For the baby, your face is a living biofeedback machine. When they grip your jaw, they feel the tension leave your muscles. They hear the subtle shift in your breathing. They feel your pulse slow down. By holding your face, they are co-regulating their nervous system with yours. If you are calm, they are safe. It is a silent, elegant conversation happening entirely through the skin, a language that requires no vocabulary yet communicates absolute security. As the weeks turn into months, this instinct transforms from a raw reflex into a deliberate choice. The baby begins to realize that the world is vast, noisy, and occasionally terrifying. Every new sound, every unfamiliar environment, and every developmental milestone floods their tiny mind with sensory overload. When they reach up and claim your face, they are shutting it all out. They are pressing the pause button on the universe. In that moment, they aren't just holding an object. They are claiming their anchor. They are freezing time, silencing the digital noise, and locking themselves into the one place where they are entirely sovereign and safe. The notification bells on your phone can ring. The demands of the modern household can wait. But in the micro-universe created between their hand and your cheek, nothing else exists. They have successfully isolated their entire world down to a single, warm, breathing reality. Eventually, the grip will soften, the baby will grow, their vision will sharpen, and their hands will learn to navigate the world on their own. They will let go of your jawline to reach for the horizon, but the neural map they drew on those quiet evenings will remain permanently etched into the architecture of their mind. They will always know the contour of your safety. They will always recognize the texture of your love. So the next time those tiny, unyielding fingers lock onto your face after a long, exhausting day, look down into those wide, curious eyes and lean into the touch. You aren't just holding a child, and they aren't just making an affectionate gesture. In a volatile, frantic world full of chaos, your face is their definition of home. And for a few beautiful seconds, time belongs entirely to you both.